You want to win, then get out of your own way, because let's get something straight, the battlefield is not out there, it's in here. Your mind is the war zone, your excuses, your self-doubt, your fears, they're the enemy. And they're relentless, but you know what, so are you. You weren't made to break. You were made to bend, bleed, crawl, claw, and still rise up swinging. Every setback, every betrayal, every moment that said, you're not enough. Use it, let it fuel the fire. The world doesn't owe you understanding. It doesn't care if you're tired, but guess what, you're still standing. That means there's more fight left in you. You've been underestimated, misjudged, counted out, good. Let them sleep on you, because while they're watching the clock, you're building the legacy. Mental strength is not about smiling through the storm. It's about standing in the hurricane and saying, I'm still here. So don't beg for easy. Train for impossible, and when your mind screams, I can't, you answer back with a roar, watch me, because you are not fragile, you are not average, you are mentally unstoppable. The mind is the real battlefield. Not the streets, not the economy, not your competition. Asterisk, asterisk, it's you. It's always been you. Asterisk, asterisk, because the loudest voice you'll ever hear is the one inside your own head. And most days, it doesn't whisper, it roars. Telling you you're not ready, that you're too late, that you'll never make it. You think fear comes from the outside. No, fear is born in your thoughts. Doubt lives in your hesitation. And insecurity, well, that's just your imagination bullying you. People talk about enemies, obstacles, haters, but the truth, asterisk, asterisk, the hardest opponent you will ever face, is the version of you that wants to quit. Asterisk, asterisk, that version that wants comfort, that settles, that craves ease over excellence. It doesn't matter what you're trying to build, a business, a dream, a stronger version of yourself, whatever it is, if your mind isn't right, everything crumbles. You can have all the talent, all the resources, all the support, but if your mind folds under pressure, if it runs when things get hard, asterisk, asterisk, you lose every time. Asterisk, asterisk, because success isn't given to the smartest. It's given to the most mentally unshakable. You don't need perfect conditions. You need a trained mind. A mind that says, I'm exhausted, but I'll go anyway. A mind that hears fear, but moves forward regardless. A mind that refuses to break, even when the world says you should. This is not about ego. This is about power. Not over others, over yourself. Self-discipline, self-mastery. Asterisk, asterisk, that's the real flex. Asterisk, asterisk, not the car, not the followers. It's waking up and showing up when your entire body is screaming for rest. It's choosing to fight back when your thoughts turn dark. It's telling that voice in your head, not today, not ever. Because if you can win in here, you can win anywhere. Mental toughness is built through adversity. Not comfort, not ease, not when everything's going your way. It's built in the moments that break most people, in the nights when no one's watching, in the silence after failure, in the pit of struggle where everything in you says, give up, but you don't. That's where toughness is born, not in the win, but in the fight. You want strength, then you better be ready for pain, because pain is part of the process. No growth comes without it. Pain shapes you. It sharpens you, it exposes what's weak, so it can be rebuilt strong. You don't get stronger by avoiding the fire. You become stronger by walking through it, and most people, they run. They run from discomfort. They run from failure. They run from the work. But you, if you want to be mentally unbreakable, you've got to do the opposite. You've got to lean into it, not because you enjoy suffering, but because you understand what it builds. Resilience, character, endurance, every scar you carry is a reminder that you didn't fold, you didn't quit, you survived what was supposed to destroy you, and now you're stronger, you're sharper, you're ready for more. This isn't about being numb to pain. It's about being willing to endure it, to keep going with tears in your eyes, to keep showing up when your body is screaming to stop, to keep believing when everything around you says it's over. That's real toughness. It's not loud, it's not flashy, it's quiet. It's the decision you make over and over again to stay in the fight, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts, because that's how warriors are made. Not in peace, but in pressure. Not in comfort, but in chaos. Pain is not the enemy. It's the price of becoming unshakable. Excuses and self-doubt are lies. Lies dressed up to sound like truth. They show up in your voice. They use your tone. They speak in your mind like they belong there, but they don't. They're frauds. They're weakness in disguise. They show up when it's time to grow, when it's time to act, when it's time to take that step forward. That's when they scream the loudest. I'm not ready. I don't have what it takes. What if I fail? You've heard it. We all have. But here's the truth. None of it is real. Excuses are just fear with a mask on, and self-doubt. That's just the echo of your past trying to control your future. It's the voice of people who gave up on themselves, hoping you'll join them. It's the poison that creeps in when you're tired, when you're vulnerable, when you're one step away from breaking through. You don't fight lies with silence. You fight them with action, with truth. You tell that voice, not today. I've got work to do. You reject it every single time, because if you give those lies a seat at your table, they'll feast on your potential. They'll rob you of everything you could become. They'll steal your focus, your drive, your identity. That's what they do. They don't show up loud. They slip in quietly. They sound reasonable. I'm too tired today. I'll start tomorrow. I'm not good enough yet. But deep down, you know that's not you speaking. That's your comfort zone trying to chain you down. And if you don't cut those chains, you'll stay stuck. Same spot, same regrets, same voice winning the same battle, again and again. But you weren't built for that. You were built to fight back, to rise above it, to silence the lies with action, so the next time that voice shows up you stand taller, you speak louder, and you remind it who's in control. You must train your mind to be stronger than your emotions, because emotions will lie to you. They will twist reality. They will pull you in every direction, except forward. One moment you're fired up, ready to conquer the world. The next, you're doubting everything. That's the trap. That's why mental strength matters more than mood. Because moods change, motivation fades, but discipline stays. When the alarm goes off at 5 a.m., emotions say stay in bed. The mind says get up, we've got work to do. When failure hits, emotions say you're not good enough. The mind says learn, adjust, go again. Your emotions want comfort. Your mind wants growth. One keeps you safe. The other makes you unstoppable. But only if you train it, because an untrained mind will always default to emotion, to reaction, to weakness. You don't rise by feelings. You rise by focus, by choosing what matters over what feels good. There will be days you won't feel like it. There will be moments you want to quit. You'll be tired, frustrated, overwhelmed, and in that moment your emotions will scream, it's too much. That's when the trained mind steps in and calmly says, keep going, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary, because success doesn't care how you feel. It only responds to consistency, to effort, to fire forged in self-control. Every time you choose discipline over emotion, you sharpen your edge, you take back power, and little by little, you become someone who doesn't just talk about goals, you become someone who achieves them. Not by accident, not by chance, but by building a mind that leads, not follows. Feelings are visitors, they come and go, but your mission, that stays, your purpose, that stays. So when emotions rise, don't panic. Don't run, stand still, breathe deep, let your trained mind take the wheel. That's how champions are made, not by perfect conditions, but by powerful minds that refuse to be ruled by temporary feelings. Don't chase easy, chase growth. Easy is everywhere. It's on your phone. It's in your habits. It's in every decision that asks, what's comfortable right now? But comfort doesn't change you. It keeps you right where you are. Safe, stuck, silent, growth lives somewhere else. It lives in the hard, in the uncomfortable, in the moments that stretch you so far you think you might break, but you don't. You bend, you adapt, you rise. That's where transformation happens, not when things are smooth, but when everything in you says stop, and you go anyway. We weren't designed to stay still. We were made to evolve, to rise beyond what we were yesterday. But that only happens when you step into the fire, when you choose the path that doesn't feel easy, but feels *** necessary. ** challenge is a mirror. It shows you who you are and who you could be. Most people run from that mirror. They avoid the work, they avoid the pressure, but pressure is what makes diamonds. It's what reveals your real strength, not just physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and you don't find that by chasing what's easy. You find it by doing what others won't, by showing up when others disappear, by seeking out the things that scare you, because fear is a sign you're on the edge of growth, the edge of something bigger, something better. You don't need more comfort. You need more courage. You need to stop asking, what's the easiest way, and start asking, what's going to make me better? Because the people who rise, the ones who truly evolve, they don't chase convenience. They chase the challenge. They seek out the struggle. They know the hard road leads to the highest peaks, and they're willing to climb, one painful, powerful step at a time. So stop shrinking to fit the easy life. Expand into the one that demands more. Because in that stretch, that discomfort, that fire, is the version of you the world hasn't seen yet. You're allowed to feel broken. Let that sink in. You're allowed to cry. You're allowed to feel lost, to feel like the weight is too heavy, to collapse under the pressure, even for a moment. You're human. This journey will test you. Life will hit hard, sometimes when you least expect it. It'll knock the wind out of you. It'll take things you weren't ready to lose. And there will be days where standing feels impossible, and that's okay. You don't have to pretend to be unshakable all the time. You don't have to wear strength like armor when you're falling apart inside. Feel it. Let the pain run through you. Let the silence hold you for a while. But here's the deal, you're not allowed to stay broken, not forever, not when there's still more inside you, because broken is not your identity. It's a moment, a season, a chapter, not the whole story. You still have pages left to write, and the next ones, they don't get written lying down. They get written the moment you choose to get back up, even with shaky legs, even with a shattered heart, even when nothing makes sense. That's where the comeback begins, not in strength but in decision. You get up, you move forward, even if all you can do is crawl, because every inch matters. Every breath you take in defiance of the pain is power. Real power. It's not about being fearless. It's about being relentless. It's about saying, this didn't break me, it built me. It taught me resilience. It taught me grit. And most of all, it reminded me that I'm still here. And as long as you're still here, you're not done. You haven't seen your final form. You haven't lived your greatest victory. But to get there, you have to rise, you have to fight, even if the voice in your head says you can't. Especially then, because rising broken is still rising, and progress with pain is still progress. So feel it, but don't stay there. Get up, always. Let the doubters doubt. Let them talk. Let them laugh. Let them say you're crazy. Let them call your dreams unrealistic. Let them roll their eyes when you tell them your plans. That's their job to doubt, to project their own fears onto your ambition, to speak from their limitations, not your potential. But don't waste your energy proving them wrong with words. Prove them wrong with action, with discipline, with consistency, with results that they can't ignore, because opinions are cheap. They don't cost anything. Anyone can have one. Anyone can doubt from the sidelines, but you're not here to win their approval. You're here to build, to grow, to execute, and every minute you spend arguing with a doubter is a minute lost from your mission. Let them doubt, let them underestimate you, let them label you as not enough. It's fuel, use it. Turn their silence into your soundtrack. Turn their laughter into background noise. Because when your results show up, they speak with volume. They don't argue, they don't explain, they dominate. They remind the world that doubt is irrelevant when you're focused, that consistency crushes criticism, that silence and success make the loudest statement of all. You weren't born to beg for belief, you were born to rise, regardless, to outwork the noise, to stay locked in while they stay distracted, every early morning, every late night, every rep, every setback, every sacrifice, it adds up. And when the time comes, when the moment arrives, you won't need to say a word because the work will speak, the growth will show, and the same people who doubted you, they'll watch in silence, not because you told them off, but because your results made it undeniable. So let them doubt, you just keep showing up, keep building, keep climbing, and when it's time, you won't need to clap back, the scoreboard will. Being unstoppable doesn't mean never failing. It doesn't mean every move you make works out. It doesn't mean every risk you take pays off. It doesn't mean you always win. It means you never quit. That's what makes you unstoppable, not perfection, not luck, not constant success. It's the ability to keep moving forward when everything says stop. It's falling and choosing to rise again. It's losing and choosing to learn. It's breaking and choosing to rebuild. The world wants you to believe that failure is the end, that it defines you, but failure only defines those who accept it. Those who let it become their story. You want to be unstoppable, then don't stop. Not when it's hard, not when you're tired, not when the plan falls apart, not when they walk away, not when your progress is slow. Keep going. You don't need to win every time. You just need to refuse to surrender, because every step you take, even the painful ones, brings you closer. Every wrong turn teaches you something right. Every rejection sharpens your edge. Every failure builds your resilience. The people who succeed on a high level, they've failed more times than most people have even tried, but they kept going. They didn't fold. They didn't disappear. They didn't wait for everything to be perfect. They understood that unstoppable doesn't mean invincible. It means committed. To the goal, to the process, to the bigger vision that won't let you quit. So let the setbacks come. Let the obstacles test you. Let the world doubt you. Just don't stop. Don't retreat. Don't sit in self-pity. Use it. Fuel your fire with it. Push harder. Dig deeper. You don't need to feel unstoppable to be unstoppable. You just need to keep going, step by step, day by day, fail, learn, repeat, and somewhere in that cycle, greatness is born. Discipline is louder than motivation. Motivation is a spark. It's a burst of energy. It feels good. It gets you started, but it doesn't last. It fades when life gets heavy. It disappears when you're tired. It vanishes the moment things get uncomfortable. That's why you can't rely on it. Because if you only show up when you feel like it, you won't go far. You'll be consistent for a day, then disappear for a week. You'll train hard when you're hyped, then fall off when life hits. That's not how champions are built. That's not how legacies are made. You need something deeper, something stronger. You need discipline. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It doesn't care if it's raining, if you're tired, or if no one's watching. It says show up anyway. Discipline is commitment in motion. It's doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't want to. It's getting up at 5 a.m. when your bed feels like a trap. It's working when others are resting. It's choosing your goals over your comfort. Motivation makes promises. Discipline delivers. It builds the body. It sharpens the mind. It moves you forward when everything in you says stop. There will be days when your fire feels gone. Days when quitting feels easier. Days when no one would blame you for taking a break. But discipline doesn't negotiate. It doesn't pause. It doesn't excuse. It says, this is who I am now. And not a sometimes worker. Not a weekend warrior, but someone who shows up every single day, no matter what. That's how momentum is built. That's how confidence grows, by proving to yourself that you can count on you. Discipline doesn't scream. It's quiet, it's steady, but it speaks the loudest because while motivation waits for inspiration, discipline creates it. You want change, then stop waiting to feel like it. Start doing it. Start showing up. Even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when no one claps, because real progress doesn't happen when it's easy. It happens when you show up anyway. You are not here to survive. You weren't born to just get by. To wake up, go through the motions, and call it a life. You are not some background character in your own story. You are here to dominate, to rise, to build, to leave a mark so deep the world remembers you long after you're gone. Survival is for those who've given up on purpose, who have traded passion for comfort, who have accepted average as their ceiling. But that's not you. You didn't come this far just to make it through the day. You came to take over, to lead, not follow, to impact, not just exist. Every breath in your lungs is fuel. Every second is opportunity. You weren't built for the sidelines. You were built for the front lines. For the pressure, for the weight, for the responsibility that comes with greatness. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's heavy. But you were made for heavy things. You were made to lift what others drop, to carry what others can't. Survival says, stay safe. Domination says, take the risk. Survival whispers, don't stand out. Domination roars, make them remember your name. You don't need anyone's permission to go all in. You don't need applause to validate your effort. You already have what it takes. It's in your blood, in your struggle, in your scars. That fire that won't let you settle, listen to it. That hunger that keeps you awake, feed it. Because there's a difference between living and being alive. Survival is a cage. Domination is freedom. Freedom to create. Freedom to grow. Freedom to be exactly who you were meant to be. Without apology, this world doesn't give crowns to the cautious. It hands them to the relentless. The bold, the ones who show up, stand tall and say, this is mine. So stop shrinking, stop playing small, stop waiting for the perfect moment. It's now and it's yours. You are not here to survive. You are here to dominate.